Okay, I'm going to paraphrase what the thinkers in the field are actually saying. So, everybody who listens should probably go after that to Wikipedia and to read about it as properly. But basically, the simulation hypothesis was first conceived of by Nick Bostrom, who really has some amazing ideas, great ideas that everybody should listen to. And here's the idea. You know that today we have lots of computing power, right? And what do we use it for, other than planning weapons and things like that? We're using it to play games, right? Civilization, Sims, things like that. I mean, my son is playing Sims, where he's basically raising a family of his own in a virtual world. Now, Bostrom's idea is that in 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, maybe 10,000 years from now, we are going to have vastly bigger computers, vastly more efficient computers. We are going to have computers that, just a child's computer, a kid's computer 1,000 years from now is going to have more computational capabilities than all the computers in the world today. And what are they going to use them for? They're going to use them to run simulations, to run games. And the best games or the best simulations that they can run are those of the past. They want to explore how their forefathers, that's me and you, how they lived back 1,000 years ago. And those simulations are going to be so complex, they're going to be so advanced that they are going to also include consciousness. So we, the people who are living in those, not we, but our twins, digital twins that are living in those simulations, they're going to have consciousness of their own, and they're not going to be able to know that they are part of a simulation. Because if they were to know that, then that would be the end of the simulation. There would be no point to running the simulation. It wouldn't be an accurate simulation of the past. And Bostrom is also speculating that today we have 7.3 billion people in the world. Well, 1,000 years from now or 10,000 years from now, we're going to have 100 billion people in the world, maybe more. And if each of them is running a simulation, each of them is playing Sims or something like that, then there are going to be trillions of simulations. Now think about it. Trillions of simulations from the past, of the 21st century. Trillions of simulations in which there is Roey Tzezana and Eddie Avil, and they are completely simulated, but they think they are real. And now make the calculation. You know that there are, let's say, 1 million simulations of you. And each of those simulations thinks that you are the real Eddie that lived in the 21st century. What are the chances that you, Eddie, are the original Eddie? What is the chance? Are the chances that Roey Tzezana, the one that is here right now, is the original Roey Tzezana that used to live in the 21st century, when we know that there are also 1 million Roey Tzezana that are digital, and none of them can know that he is real. All of them think that they are real. So the chances that I am the real Roey Tzezana that lived in the 21st century are about 1 to 1 million, or 1 to 1 billion, or 1 to 1 trillion. You get the idea. But they are very, very low. And this may all seem, pretty crazy, but it turns out that people like Elon Musk and Neil deGrasse Tyson, they say that there are very good chances that this is real, that we are not the original we, but we are just part of a simulation. Now, the problem, of course, is that there is no way to know whether that is true or not, because what are you going to do? Are you going to kill yourself just to find out whether you're suddenly out of the simulation and now you can do what? Or maybe it doesn't work that way. So the only advice I can give to people is that if we are indeed living in a simulation, and again, that can't be either proven or disproven at the moment, but if we are living in a simulation, consider reality shows. Consider reality shows like Big Brother. Consider reality shows like Survivor. Who are the people? These reality shows are always biased, are always skewed towards the most interesting people, right? Those are the people who remain, who stay there. The most interesting, the most extravagant people, the most outrageous and out there people. So if we are living in a simulation, and it's still a big if, but if we are living in a simulation, and if there are people watching us and trying to understand what we are doing and trying to figure out who they are going to maintain and who they are going to terminate, if you want to have the best chance of surviving, you need to be as interesting as possible. To have the craziest ideas, to do the most you can if you want to have a chance to survive. And even if we are not living in a simulation, that's a good advice anyway.